complain when I can't watch it because you're using it.
Exactly.
That and my Disney Plus.
We can't use our Disney Plus.
Why?
And these two sides of the West Coast Fever in season 2025 made it to the grand final, but couldn't quite get the job done as a few of their non-starting seven sit on the side. Here come the players.
Sasha Glasgow actually
Sasha
impressed me when you
Glasgow,
watched
Stacey
it.
Francis Bayman. I chatted to her throughout the week and she said that she's a product of her environment and she feels like she's at home.
Yeah, and isn't that a fantastic thing to hear? Happy players generally translates over onto court, and for Fever last season where their game really did need to be
Jordan
in that
Cransford.
super shot
Zoe
zone,
shit.
themselves a little bit of variety and a few players better.
So there's the Nissan team cards for the West Coast Fever. They're starting seven. And St George playing game 2-4-6. And if she gets the 90 every game up to around 11, she will break the all-time record of our fellow commentator Catherine Cox as the most games played in this league or in domestic leagues. There's the Sunshine Coast Lightning card, and their captain Liz Watson gets the nod in centre. Danelle Wallam, Cara going to keep her eyes on her. Does she run out 60? That's goal attack, and we welcome Karen Berger.
Is that
Across the ditch in a goal defence, and of course the homegrown talent of Courtney Bruce moved across
She was
the
on the
Lightning
squat
a few
rack.
years
Yeah,
back.
she was on the squat rack.
Promises to be a big one. 18 of the last 20 games the Fever have won here at the Fortress, that is RAC Arena. But this is a very different looking West Coast Fever. As the whistle goes and we move
Yeah, we need a
through
Fever hat.
the Lightning in the yellow strip. Wouldn't you be heading to the left of screen? Lisa Mai. And there's Lizzie Watson, off circle feed straight into Danelle Wallam. She slots her first for the Lightning.
Yeah, and that's exactly the way that Danelle would want to be settling into today's game.
West Coast Fever in the green. Jordan Kransberg still wearing the orange socks in season 26.
The orange.
Team Neal, top of the circle. Romelda Aiken-George wearing her fourth coloured dress since arriving here in Australia those many 19 seasons ago.
I did think you were going to say wearing Courtney Bruce then in that moment. She did a fantastic job of having the front hold.
Haney out having a look early.
She's cracked that thing.
The call on Fran Williams. The
Don't
absence
ignore
of
me,
Sunday
please. Get up there
Ariak.
and help your brother.
We'll get more court time, not to start in a goal defence, and Wallam slots the second in.
You should have help.
Let's go. So again, Lightning, good defensive pressure across the transverse line, and then the footwork call on Williams. So a chance for an early break here for the Lightning. Watson. Conan. Only Wallam in that occasion.
At that level, they still.
Oh, and a miss under the post, and the rebound straight away to Katie and Haney. It is a Fever centre pass.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what they'll need to. A little hand in there by Watson, but that is what is needed. They've lost their ball, they want to get back on and really settle into this first 5 minutes.
At their beck and call to.
Very clear come there from Bruce to Berger, asking her to drop into that front hold.
Double calf sleeves.
I hate double calf sleeves.
Good vision, shooter to shooter.
Yes, Dehaney.
From Dehaney. In obstruction from Wallen.
And interesting to see very much the Lightning style of play that goal shooting exit, while I'm still keeping that style of play with them at the moment.
I used to see Conan do that brilliantly. You roll for her in a goal attack.
Look here, I'm in all replay, Wallen out, but Dehaney also out hunting too.
A home game.
Sasha Glasgow swings to the top with Teague Neal. Back in front position. Too strong for Bruce.
You're an idiot, mate.
Is that Karen Berger there?
Sasha
Yeah.
Glasgow.
She's changed her
Welcome back to West Coast Fever. Say the fans on her first shot of the game.
Nothing better than the teammate seeing that struck back to the line from Sasha Glasgow after a successful shot.
Well, that's the first time Sasha Glasgow's even touched the
Well
ball.
covered and then goes again on the feet to Anstis. That was great defensive pressure. Over the top, Teague Neal again to the front, George. In for the swish is Glasgow.
Nice.
The offload
Oh, she got that big leg thing on.
Elder Aiken
old,
George
mate.
hits
She's
the
got
front. We
sore
aren't used to
knees.
seeing that throughout her career.
Yeah,
She had to retire,
She had
Yeah.
retired.
What you missed as well is she'd already covered a couple of different changes right before that moment where she came off and contested.
Oh, no, quick release. We're going to see more of Liz Watson in
How do
centre this
people
season.
play with
Yeah, I mean, I suspect so. I think during that international window,
I
if
rather
there
feel
was
the
ever a
pain.
chink in the diamond's armour, easy for me to say, it was potentially that level of
About time.
Second phase released by Aiken George. That's because the Lightning have forced the Fever backwards on their first three centre
Put his
passes.
hands up for you here. You look like a dummy.
The early break with the Fever, the first 5 minutes just about over. Conan, well, Lizzie Watson just two strong draws, the penalty from Amsbus.
Yeah, absolutely. Really difficult defensively to try and do something about that without drawing a penalty. But no penalty required. That was straight off the back line. Absolute gift to the defence of West Coast Fever.
There's a familiar voice barking orders on
The best stadium to watch. Like that other, this is a cool stadium to watch sports, but Challenge Stadium was way better. You can hear them
Their
talking.
experience gives them some fresh insights.
I think this is too.
Absolutely. Also a
You're too far away from the court.
environment, but forget the roses. The Diamonds are here to play. Courtney Bruce straight in there with an interception.
Great contest.
You
from
would love
behind
that other
and
venue,
Aiken
Kale. We were
George,
4
so the
seats
Lightning
away from the court.
after throwing a ball.
You can hear
in the
Scarlett
air,
talking
to
to
resurrect
her.
that moment. Conan,
talking, it was like,
the pressure from Dehaney. The bright orange kicks on. Insert. 2-in-1
We could hit him such a
inside the
close
circle
moment
for
on the
Williams.
ground.
This is the position Conan likes.
I should say we should hopefully get a replay of that beautiful interception by Courtney Bruce. That does take her to 300 interceptions.
Well, she's out looking for another one on that occasion. Forced Alice Teague-Neal to go to her third option. And the Fever find a way there again through Aiken George. So in the absence of Janelle Fowler and Emma, Aiken George opens up. Well, her surprise
What I like
retirement
about
return,
Aiken George
like
is
from 6
that-
at 83% at the moment.
she doesn't try and be like anyone else.
Nah,
Like,
it's like
she's
her own
like,
playing.
yeah, Fowler can do this and this,
Well,
but, you know, you see...
Yes, Ron!
Yes, Nelly.
Attention to the shot, but Wallen
You know
quickly
what
follows
the
up.
shooter is?
Nervous
You know where
start
she
for
came
Danielle
from?
Wallen, probably to be expected.
She from here?
The Warriors. She played for the Warriors.
They'll
my
settle in.
ass.
Harvey Norman replay
Four-time
that
champion.
rejection
She
moment
took them to the
there.
championship
Fight for
4
the ball.
times.
2-on-1 inside the circle.
So what can I keep you back
Sasha Glasgow
Because Dan Ryan doesn't know how to coach.
straight through the middle of the yellow.
He's got to have a big, massive giant at one end.
The green M&M in the middle, wasn't it?
It was great confidence and a really good placement. as
I
well.
think he's.
Ideally,
I
that
think
ball
he's a
doesn't go beyond
scared
2-on-1, but
coach.
she saw
But
that opportunity and she took it.
He apparently does not have.
Well, defence is taking a moment to say hello.
That's
to
why
someone
Sasha
there.
left in the first place, because he's not very nice in the locker room.
Quick to move is Liz Watson and the offload from Conan. Well, that's the ball speed the line.
And he is one of the most arrogant
Not that though, the miss
Franny.
people I've ever
the
come
rebound
across.
is Fran Williams.
Then, oh mate, he loves himself.
A little bit of pressure early on this Sunshine Coast Lightning attack, a very new attack.
Oh, no, that's not this split on the side.
Conan, Mine, Robinson,
The front, eh?
No,
Fever.
is it the front or the side? No, no,
Over
that's
the
the side.
top of Cranberg.
That is all.
Stuck here at the moment though, and sends the umpire help ball.
You got someone that's...
That
Daniel
was
Holland
not-
just really saw that level of
And the goal.
indecision and a couple of ball fakes from Jess Anstis, but that lightning defence did an excellent
Like,
job to clog that middle and cause that delay.
And Selene. They got the
No Gabby Sinclair. Ruled out with a calf injury.
Like the cottage cheese
Getting
killer.
in on the bench.
Like a burger.
Well, if ever you
Yeah,
want the
she's like her
consistency
legs
from
are-
Pines, you just got exactly that. With the West Coast Fever returning with some good defensive pressure. Halfway through their opening quarter of the season. The Lightning fifth last year. Actually sat in fourth position right
geez.
through to round 12.
right in front of you.
Big deal. Doing the contact. Quick offload. Aiken George so strong in front. How do you reckon she looks, given the fact that she was, well, she had no idea she was playing this year?
Wow, for somebody who had no idea, she's certainly looking incredibly good, and I think she's playing a smart game here today. What we know about her is she is a competitor, and you are going to get that level of competition and physicality from Courtney Bruce, but what I like is that she's trying to get rid of that for the most part and holding a strong position.
Be a penalty at the top of the circle. Switch from the defence, a bit late from Bruce though, the right idea. Penalty 12-7. The umpire just asking to reset the penalty. And that's a sure thing, isn't it? The mismatching height between Aiken George and Curran Berger. Oh, the antics. Well, enough of the umpire said, get that ball back, Courtney Bruce. 9-5 the score. A couple of breaks here from the Fever. Mymont into the pocket. Good connection with Bond. A little bit further away from the post, but steadies on that occasion.
Got no fucking tiles running.
A couple of misses.
Rough as, hey.
Danelle Wallen.
She's like, no, there's a couple of reasons.
Oh, Vision. Well, that's the transfer from 2025.
She's going.
From Villanelle now to Aiken George.
And my mum's going, no, like, first one
10-6.
was, take their time.
Bit of a critical second half to go in for me.
Like, how hard? Smack the fucking
Only
thing out.
executing at the moment at 50%, which is definitely not where the line is. Usually speaking
I don't know how these kids go around.
Ransburg looking all the way around the court to find Glasgow.
I've never stayed in front of my mum.
Lee Gale looking for something to open up. Great contact with Berger.
Then we went downstairs and
Glasgow smart, settling herself here, walking back in, potentially hoping that the super shot siren was going to have gone.
Keep your eye on the push and shove that's going on in the circle at the moment between Romelda, Aiken George and Courtney Bruce. We saw in the game previously that Mary Trollope picked up a few defensive contacts, so Romelda, Aiken George needs to be careful with those elbows.
Mate, she's smart, man.
Fever got the better of George with the physicality, so potentially that's the game.
Boom!
Welcome back to West Coast Fever. The first Suncorp Super
Let's go, Courtney.
What she's known for, isn't she? MVP of their 2022 grand final premiership. You were there with her, Stacey Francis Maynard.
Yeah, I had a lovely time, and that was under all sorts of pressure from Courtney Bruce on that defensive shot.
All right, it's a HCF tactical timeout. There's the Harvey Norman replay at the moment. Off the hand of Glasgow, a little feint. And then straight through the middle. So we're going to go down to the Lightning Huddle and have a listen to Belinda Reynolds for the first time this year.
There's special in my life. What's that photo? Not a cuddle.
Well, you would expect no different in that huddle than that conversation. The coach
looks Chinese now.
Don't get your eyes on the scoreboard. This is all about the process.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And as we saw last year, whilst we're not comparing apples with apples, West Coast Fever do have a tendency to pull away and gap and score, and Lightning will know that. Also, interestingly, really keen for them to be increasing their first phase centre pass possession, defence pressure.
Where's all the Manila ones? There was 10 yesterday.
West Coast Fever had all.
Yeah, two key messages. Dan
Oh,
Ryan
okay,
is
Nathan.
shooting in. Well, look, they're probably targeting Sasha Glasgow now. So Romelda,
There was only a half a
be
glass
reading
left.
that ball over the
Okay.
top, and then defensively keep moving your feet, get off the body, and get moving around.
It's going to be from Kobe. He was fishing.
You can't long road into Danelle Wallen. Good reach from Dehaney.
All together.
Yes.
Yes, Katie Yang!
Dehaney's having impact early, isn't she?
the gamey.
Excellent lesson there for any young netballers watching as to
Oi.
why ambitious. As to why you can play a circle edge as a midi.
Great hunt though from Courtney Bruce. Although she didn't get a hand to it, she caused confusion for the Fever. Scoreboard down there on the bottom of your screen, Harvey Norman. Replay to the left of that, just that new ticker, so you can see how many super shots are unfolding as the game goes. Conan. Good patience from Martin. Off the two hands, but it made its way. And they take the single, keep the scoreboard ticking over the Lightning. Glasgow, easy entry, cleverly offloads. The West Coast Fever do the same thing at the other end of the court.
Very passive on first, second base there by Lightning, which certainly
Mate,
wasn't the feedback.
her work out in
Keep it
front
great.
was just relentless.
We're taking more of the ball now. Lizzie Watson stepping up in her role as captain. And the single.
And if you don't,
see what Conan
it's like
does.
Nick goes, oh, I don't rate Sarah, I
Have
can't
this
believe
myth
she's
that
going to the team.
Conan
I'm like,
shoots super shots. Just
mate,
tell everyone at home,
she's going to make your daughter look
19 and
wicked.
68% last season.
But Branford Kai had a good game this week.
Relative to volume.
Yeah, absolutely. But really interesting moment that we missed there. A bit of off the ball contact by
So,
Alice Teal on Mahalia Cassidy.
Toby,
The wing defenders are always
are you going to tell me about
constant back and forth.
how Joe carved his up?
Well, you can see Conan getting paid. Oh, no attention and then
What?
just the hustle.
By the wall.
Between Sully Beals, umpire far of court, calls
He
the
was saying that he
contact.
carved his up.
Quick release.
He said at the start of the game.
So the turnover goal results in goal for the Lightning and a chance here. Here's the moment. Umpire called chase from both players.
Look, here's the goal.
Chance to go two in a row here for the Lightning. Or potentially a super shot. Wallen, well, under no pressure. This has to go. And it does. Suncorp super shot followed with a slap of the hands for Danelle Wallen.
Kobe,
And that scoreline
Come
now
here.
back to 3.
no.
Minute 53 to play. And just a reminder, she isn't just a
Come
pretty
here.
coach.
No, absolutely not. We're very
What do you
used
guys
to
take in there?
seeing Danelle Wallen,
Show me.
particularly in SSN at Fibers.
Don't mind him here, because if I come in there, bring it out here.
To back herself.
Well, the Fever here under a little bit of pressure.
You're lucky, those are for you.
Yeah.
Back of a couple for the Lightning. Good defensive pressure, forcing ball backwards. Nowhere to go for Cransburg. Chipping away. Aiken George the release. And then the clever work from Glasgow. With confidence.
Oh.
Drops her second Suncorp super shot.
That brings Dan Ryan straight to his feet and into the coach's box. Incredible effort by Lightning as well, though. What they just need to do is continue to do that consistently across the game.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, quick to score down the other end, and that's a reminder, Lightning fans, of how good you're going to potentially be this
Pump
season.
up the
No.
jam.
Inability to score quickly.
Stomp it.
This and coaches Cam picking up the facial expressions of these coaches in round 1. There's your circle feeds. T. Neal right where she was last season. Up the top. 40 seconds to play out in this opening quarter.
I think Teague Neal's the best winger
And
taking the
George
pocket, man.
frees the bird courtesy of the attention to Glasgow. Rightly so. You gotta laugh, don't you? These two know every trick in the book.
Yeah, I had a really good word for that, but it's not appropriate for on air, the behaviour going on. Shenanigans between those two.
Chance here for the Lightning.
Filthy rats.
Rivers defence out of play. Paddy Anzahani with a job here. 11 seconds, plenty of time. They could force a centre pass here for the West Coast Fever. So they'll take the 1, 3 seconds.
I don't know why they fight over the ball.
Cransburg will be aware of the clock.
Oh,
The
pathetic.
first 15 minutes of round 1 has ticked over. We had no idea what was going to happen. The West Coast Fever probably started in the fashion they left the season last year. Very strong opening quarter and some questions early for the Lightning. We'll head to
We punch it and then get the rhythm all over it, right? So just party that part up, alright? Let's start across the board, don't all 7 of you, so great job, well done, really good. Okay, so help us in.
Got
Welcome back to RAC Arena, where the home team, the West Coast Fever, are leading Sunshine Coast Lightning by 4 goals. I just stuck my head in the Lightning huddle, and really interesting to hear Coach Belinda Reynolds talking about their punishment stats and needing to up that. So every time they get a turnover, they need to make sure they're capitalising off that and they're just throwing it away at the moment. Defensively as well, it's about pushing the ball up to give Bruce an opportunity to take some scraps at the back. What about you? What did you hear over that other side, Stacey?
Yeah, really interesting battle going on there. Dan Ryan obviously happy with the start, but keen
Well,
to
Reynolds used to coach here.
forward with a little bit more
With the
ease, and the
Fever.
way that they can do that is through higher work rate.
Well done, girls. 4 goals. The difference in this opening quarter, 17 to 13. The Fever. I just had a look at the net points. Sasha Glasgow up at 34.5 net points. 4 from 4 with those 2 super shots. Janelle Wallen currently sitting at 10 from 14. A couple of misses under the ring. That's your net point leaders. And only the one in there, Bruce, and that was courtesy of a couple of those flies in that first quarter. So, how did the gears shift in the second? We'll wait and see. Jordan Kranzberg steps into the middle, ready to get the Fever underway with the first centre pass. Opening round of Suncorp Super Netball. It's been intriguing. Oh, gee, and that was an intriguing pass, and Bruce was just tempting that as well. So, an early win. Here's a punishment opportunity. Courtesy the words of Belinda Reynolds for the Lightning. Hectic Ferguson opening the width of the court with Watson. Good strong movement from Conan. My. Oh, just too much of it, but Watson there in the back.
No?
Great pressure for Hurricane and entering that circle late and effectively free, which eased a bit of pressure for the Lightning.
Great first ball to win.
What did you learn? Fever? This bitch down this end blows the whistle.
So here's their punishment moment for the Lightning. Conan. Wallen wants it, and Liz Watson says, I know. Dehaney gets up for the contest. And then the little layup from Wallen, so a terrific start for the Lightning. First 2, and that scoreline, just 2 the difference.
Wallen's still not fit though,
Just cleaning up a
She's never going to be. She keeps
lost
eating.
bit of paper at the end of the court. Normal
How old
replay
is
down the
she?
bottom.
She's not young, is she?
Quick ball movement from the
Nah,
Fever.
she's in her,
Contact on Bruce.
she'll be 30 something.
You reckon?
Bruce went
Yeah.
over to the umpires at quarter time, actually, ladies,
What
and
do
she
you
was
think
having a
she
chat
is?
about some of these little niggly contact penalties. So keep an eye out.
Yeah.
She might be getting off the body a little bit more to try and enforce it.
He can't. He's recording.
Oh, he's not. It's on his
100%.
leg.
Hey, this is what's happening to me, but maybe you should see what the shooter's doing to me too.
Smart for me as well, given the disparity of the penalties in that first quarter. 20 to the Lightning, 12 to West Coast. We'll see.
Well, it could be ends of the quarter. Let's see how that gets umpired each end of the quarter.
I have no idea why you got kicked out of school.
Whole lot of netball cynics in the room here. Oh wow, okay.
Look at the hand of the face
There
though.
by Watson pushing off with the arm.
What is it?
Dehaney. Over the hands of Wallen. It'll be an obstruction. So 2 out of play for the Lightning. West Coast Fever. Have some freedom down the court here. Making hard work of it. Aiken George out to release. Quick to deep now. Quick hands. Let's go. Oh, gee. So quick she didn't even know it was coming.
Too quick for me, but she's certainly managed
Bro,
to
she's
pull
expensive
that in.
as now.
Rightfully so, dished that off to her.
Courtney Bruce is getting killed.
Well, number 13 for Imelda Aiken George. Just the one miss.
She always has been.
Here's the moment. Harvey Norman replay for you, isn't it? Almost a replay ball in the hands. No, I know it wasn't. Everyone sitting at home saying,
Fever wasting no time. Very quick to
Get out of the way,
and
mate.
play
That's your
off the
job.
penalty.
that's the high one in for Aiken George, but it gets its way
I
there.
love the eyes.
For the first one for the Lightning, the Fever now have shifted gears.
And like when
That
I buzzer
last
and
three.
all she did was look at the umpire like
Conan, good vision, but just
the
poor
umpire was
execution.
like counted.
Really good
It's just
set up
like,
by Janelle Wallen. I can see you shaking your head. You agree?
Yes, I agree. I also think it was
Was that
smart work
a
from
point
Kate
Yeah.
Dehaney. At times we can see her getting all disciplined in moments where she's bringing physicality but taking it a step too far. Then she was on the back and knew when to pull out and let it go. But You're right. Great front position by Wallace. Just needs to be serviced better.
I was going to say.
Way late.
Oh, lovely ball speed, Teague Neal, and again, Transberg, Teague Neal, Aiken George just too strong then against Courtney Bruce.
Calming there, Paul.
Prolonged discussion as well going on between Courtney Bruce and Georgina Sullivan. Phoebe having an opportunity now to have their own grip moment.
Oh, mum. Shit.
Patience, Glasgow moves into the front. Aiken
Say
George.
stuff like that.
I mean,
Well, the
Oh
words
my
that
God,
really
sometimes
word.
You're
the
holding
ball
her.
just, it like,
Doesn't get any clearer than that though, does it?
She's
To a
got the
defender.
biggest
I
hand.
mean, that's
When I say facts, I get
yeah,
told
she
off.
just put her whole hands around the ball.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is excellent. Maybe she could
That
just pull
sounds so
contact, but
good.
she's giving you an opportunity to reflect and take that feedback on and do something different.
A massive breakdown here by the West Coast Fever. The Lightning need to respond, keep that scoreboard chipping over. 5-3-quarters. Fever had a 4-goal lead at quarter time. Sandsters with workload off the back.
Great.
Oh,
Really
nice.
lovely vision by Alice Teague-Neal then. Exactly what Dan Ryan said. They need that work rate off the ball, but also to keep looking forward. Again though, Lightning in really great defensive structures causing delays. We see here Alice with the less favoured
Well,
chest
he
pass
really
lead
does
from
nothing.
circle edge.
Now keep your eyes on the rolling subs bench in the background. You can see Ava Black bibbing up. Terrific to have her return to the court. And if this was a home crowd for the Lightning, it would be to an eruptious applause. Of course, off the back of an ACL injury. So that moment will come shortly. Cassidy will head to the bench. Alice Teague-Neal really starting to get a lot of ball, hasn't she, in this second quarter?
Yeah, such an influential player for the West Coast Fever as Aiken George ably supports Glasgow's miss there with a rebound.
So 23-17
Yes, you
the
could.
scoreline. The Fever owning this quarter at the moment, 7-4. 7-goal lead. HCF tactical timeout has been called by that man just there, Dan Ryan. The steely eyes and then the Cheshire grin. Let's get in and hear from the Fever Huddle.
You're an asshole. You're a little bitch, you are. What a fever, Bobby. There's a place that you can get them done.
Come out charging here, absolute intent, let's go!
No, so basically you stick the paw put on
So
it, you
lots
can
of
have your
energy
name on the bottom.
inside the West Coast Fever Huddle there. Let's go straight down to Caitlin Bassett. All ears and eyes on the Lightning.
Yeah, that's right. And plenty of big changes happening. Mahali Cassidy coming into centre, which pushes Diamonds captain Liz Watson into her more familiar wing attack position, and obviously Ava Black there in wing defence. So I think they're trying to cut down on some of their general play turnovers. It was equal at quarter time, but they're starting to creep up a little bit.
Well, straight away you can see the execution of that feed from Watson in the pocket. My mind missed a couple of those. Stacey, I come straight to you. Whilst the huddle was happening and we were listening, we were saying there is a real problem with the Lightning's attack at the moment.
Yeah, they just aren't executing off of their given ball, going at 60% at the moment for centre pass to goal, which is just not high enough. And with only 5 minutes having gone, just going into that timeout as well, a real imbalance between penalties. Lightning sitting at 10, Fever with 1.
I think the
Watson,
I
does
think
she
the
light
style
up
of
here?
netball doesn't suit her.
Pocket to Conan, Cassidy really strong there. So two better feeds coming from the pocket. Danelle Waller looking far more comfortable. So potentially the connection has now been sorted for the Lightning. 6 the difference. Big deal, strong at the top. The Black will certainly bring some energy, won't she, in at wing defence. It's been great to watch all of the footy.
See, Glasgow's movement out in front is way stronger than
Certainly
the
exciting player
Chinese
in the
Beckford.
future.
Yeah, such an incredible moment. Unfortunately, ACLs are a byproduct of
She's
the
like,
sport, and I think
how Georgie goes in and gets out, so
it is a huge
she
ask.
forces him to play against him.
Was not a huge ask, however.
Oh, yes, Cassidy!
Oh, Freddie.
Well, that's a little bit of round one
Lucky to have.
clumsiness, isn't it? We saw that a little bit across the weekend.
Yes, Tony.
New teams, new connections, a few wayward passes and decisions. Clean up as the season goes on, no doubt.
Did see here in the Harvey we play Dehaney about to have her thunder stolen by Mohammed Cassidy.
Bruce just out playing around, wasn't she? Karen Berger though, and then
What?
it was
An offside with attack.
yep, offside from Ted Neal.
Mavericks
Effective
Giants.
defence by the Lightning.
So many errors.
Even though Teague Neal, and he's a
Mavericks won
discipline
the
on
Lightning.
her behalf, isn't it?
Yeah.
They look good.
Chance here for the
Nah.
Lightning, Conan.
I like them.
Closed up here, that's a bit of better space from
Go
Conan, the
Dehaney.
swing.
Oh, should have jumped on
City
that
under
one.
pressure. Conan out, she's having to do
Go.
an absolute truckload of work.
West Coast Fever crowd calling for something that didn't come with great composure by the
Where are
Lightning
the
to
refs
take the ball to goal there.
Clever, wasn't it, from
Who
Wallen?
are the
All
refs
this
reckon?
over the top, she goes, just give it to me in the chest.
Sunshine Coast Lightning
Take the
and
defence out of the equation. Breakdown of your shooting stats for the Lightning.
Oh, you one of them sorts.
Wallen.
Always an excuse, not that they just played shit.
So a couple of good moments here, and that
Unlucky
one
Dehaney.
is an offensive rebound. Beats Dehaney on the occasion. She's been good Dehaney on the rebounds.
Lightning come out of that timeout beautifully.
Well,
Of the quarter, sorry, 9-9.
the changes have made the difference, haven't they? Lizzie Watson just looking far more comfortable and
Franny
the
talks
traffic at
constantly, eh?
I love her.
defensively here.
She's just one of those players that
Offline in the box structure.
Yeah, Fever struggling to initially get across that transverse line. Lightning really mixing up their defensive structures.
Looking patient though, the West Coast Fever in attack. The swing again. So the Fever doing a good job defensively, of course, in the Lightning wide here.
Every time we go close, we have to pay
Good run
to
for
get
the
in
Lightning.
there.
And there's another one.
It would go towards
The
there.
scoreline
Yeah.
just sitting at the 4 goals, which it was at quarter time. 10 all this quarter. And we're just shy
Nah,
of
go
the
for
power
the-
5.
will go to the
Netball WA get
Timeout
money
called by the
and all
Lightning.
this sort of shit. I don't know why, because
Usually around about
You know,
this
like,
time, likes to
you-
have a
you-
track
you
second
think
play motion. Let's
every
get in
girl
there.
that goes to Ronald, minimum $1,000. That's what the bolts are. You're paying $1,000 to play.
Connection on that centre pass. We need the depth pass. We need people hitting the track.
Agreed.
As well. Nice and tempo in our attacking as
It's
well.
shocking.
Don't need to
I was going to play Ronald when it first started with the boys. It was $1,000 for like 8 games, eh, babe? No way. It ended up being like $120 a game.
Right, so going into
Why?
the 5 minutes.
Why?
Let's get really organised on our
Because you've got affiliation fees, uniforms, got to come out of there.
Ours is 304.
On our focus on our centre passes, so one
zero
big one
people
for
out
Barbara.
there.
Then go back to a wall on the second. And then that's your strategy. To build up pressure, okay? So having got to stay in play, right? Yeah, that's really good. Nice, really good. 1% is pretty good. Let's go, nice. One, two, one, two, one, two.
So the
Don't lick
changes
me,
have been
man.
rolled again for the Lightning, and of course when you have the
Oh, look.
ability, faces, aren't they?
Veteran.
Sunday and Tuesday, look.
One player that wishes she would be on court, which is Sunday Ariang to the left. Of course, will be out for the season with her ACL. What about in the right? Neil Fallon, Emma, the most terrific story turning into one of the
Who?
best, and of course in
Sunday.
April, welcome
Not
a
out.
new baby son for her and the family. Wish her all the best. Changes rolled in. Ash Irvin comes in to goalkeeper. Bruce to goal defence. Berger takes a rest. So the Twin Towers in for the Lightning.
Yeah, absolutely. A smart move going into that 5-minute period. Almost a well executed time jump there by Bruce. Wanting to put their tallest defenders in to put the most amount of pressure over those super shots.
I think this is the one great luxury of the Lightning this year. The depth and quality on their bench is quite
Super
extraordinary.
shots.
However, it's the 7 on court with the job at the moment. And as the power 5 siren goes, Wallen wants it. Look at the hand is up. It
Was
says,
there more
give the ball
Brentford?
to me. And it's exactly what Belinda Reynolds said. If Wallen's one-on-one, let it go. She's good enough to take that ball over to Haney.
You want one?
It's all of them.
For the difference, a little bit of confusion between the Fever defenders and then the hands. Bruce was sitting and waiting for it. A little stagnant here, the Fever in attack.
And one.
Yeah, struggling to do the work off of the body. Often the attackers, Bruce again, out hunting. Often the attackers just making a move and then standing on the spot. It's not going to work for
Like they're
them.
booing her.
Well, she used to be a fan favourite here, but that little moment brought a few boos from the crowd for Courtney Bruce. As Glasgow lines up for number 3, doesn't go, and there's Bruce to punish.
Go away.
Not sure she'll care too much about the boos, but we'll be very happy with that rebound.
Conan, good strong movement up the middle.
Haven't
Now
even
gets the
noticed
attention
Conan.
from Williams. Offload, that's the quick release. No time for the defence to set up. Great return at the post off the Bruce moment. There's the missing coach fan. Look at Belinda Reynolds sneakily saying, just take the one here, just take the one. That's all we need. That brings us back to 2. Just super shots. 2 to the Lightning's 1. 17-13 in the first, and Lightning now with their nose in front in the 11.
Oh, she's such a dick.
Bruce starting to fire up, isn't she?
Used to play for the Demons.
Injury to deal with last season for Bruce, managed throughout the year. I reckon this year she looks terrific.
Freaking.
So there it is. There's the one from
We've been doing
Coach
it the whole
Reynolds.
game.
And the Lightning, they are chipping away
Behind
this West Coast
Yeah,
Fever, who for
pushing,
my liking was
wrapping
slowed
arms,
down
pulling
a bit.
dresses.
Really good
Hey.
defense there by Team Mayo.
But you can't win when she gets busted
Had to
for it.
get 8
They
points
don't.
later on post.
And they'll take a solitary one on that moment. So it's the decision making of each of the players. What do we do in every moment of a power 5? Is it a 1? Is it a 2? How do I feel? Shooter to shooter, both out of the circle. Opens up a Conan speed. Ginsberg, contact. Wallen. Just starting to feel it, isn't she, Danelle Wallen? This will be a big moment. To take the Lightning to within 1. No, rebound. It'll go the way of the West Coast Fever.
See, I told you, babe, what'd I tell you?
Catching the defenders snapping on the back foot.
Dad, I would early
A
get
lot
like
of that focus into the GAs.
Just over 2:30 to play. Williams, lovely win. Opening up the court. There goes
Did
Fred.
the two get on?
Yeah, I got the whole game.
Get that
Took my
back
phone.
court a little bit quicker there.
Oh,
Bruce
so
had
you
to
send it
climb
to
really high up the court, but had time to recover and get down.
That placement from Team Neal into the space, taking it away from Ashton.
The
Ranging
19s.
arms.
So the 17s
The
is them
exit
and
close of
they've
this
played
game.
against the
Fever
older
again out
girls,
to
the
4. The
19s.
same score as it was at quarter time. And then a Ramel breaking George Sandwich. She comes through with the goods.
Charlie
The Fever
Hines.
by 5.
Seth played on
Arm
him in
wrestle going on in this
first
quarter,
quarter.
though.
And she
Fever
got
by
dragged
1 at the
after 5
moment, but
minutes.
teams all very close. Teams doing a great job of trying to lift that execution off centre pass.
That's going
No,
over.
no, she aged out last year.
So
I wouldn't have taken it. I wouldn't have taken it.
who does Scarlett Payne play?
Thanks to single.
17.
17.
But she's not shoot, she can shoot.
21 from 26 sitting in the
Loyola
80s.
shot.
And George just so strong in that front position.
Isla played wing attack.
Very different to the way Fallon and Emma played.
Good toe.
More of that back space
She
ball.
pulled over like
George
four.
really mixing
Half on
things
the
up.
ground, poor toe.
Clever.
Holly Howard.
Good hedging there by the
Oi!
which caused a little bit of indecision.
Do you want to do it? This way!
It's over a minute to
Over
play
here.
here. Nice super shot for the Lightning.
That's why he didn't want to come over here and watch it, did he?
Just close that gap on the scoreboard.
Oh, that's a stick.
Conan's Oranges were inside the one zone. And she takes the one
Oh,
seamlessly.
yeah.
Even you just knew
Only
it.
5 from 5.
You what?
There
The
should have been
new
a
roll
goal,
for
but they
Cara
didn't follow.
Conan is left. Irvin flying. Fever will just take the single. Almost. Well, no, they're going to play around with it. Feeling good. This goes being able to force the penalty on Irvin. Lines up and sets.
Yes.
So what
Can you
is
see that one
combination
going,
of floating here
Hey.
between the two
Oh.
newbies in the West Coast Fever for
See it?
season 26 in Glasgow and
That's what
April
we're doing.
George.
Look.
Third super shot to Sasha Glasgow. Conan takes on the
the Jessants just falling over game at home. That will be 3 or 4 so far this game.
See,
Not far
finally.
off this half-time break. And I think we've got a real chance to chat Cara Conan because it's an intriguing role that she's playing this season. We'll get to that in just a moment as Glasgow goes. Let's have another crack at it. Attacking the scoreboard are the West Coast Fever, and when you're feeling it,
Keep your hand up.
well, we saw
Stop
this
stabbing
moment
at it.
earlier
Oh,
today
great.
in a 5-minute film. Listen to the crowd, they're wooing her on, and they wooed her enough.
Yeah, she's happy for her as well, giving some appreciation back to the crowd for that.
Why would you ever want to leave playing in front of this crowd?
Firing up the Green Army and the West Coast Fever.
You already explained to us why.
Actually trailed by a moment. One goal in just a small moment of this quarter, but they able to fight back in that power 5. They've won the quarter 19-16, and they've forged their lead here 36-29. So they'll be feeling good off the back of that first half. Still plenty of netball to unfold.
Definitely not what I thought it was going to be.
As for the Lightning, well, go and sort out a few of, I guess, their misdemeanors of the first half. A couple of
Yeah, but I told you. What did I tell you?
Let's go down to Caitlin Bassett as we welcome back someone who's had a tough 12 months.
Yeah, what did I say?
That's right, Ava Black. Welcome back to the court after an ACL. How's it feel out there so
Oh
far?
my
See, the
God,
problem
can you
is going to
hear
be
the
Danelle Wallen.
electric stadium? This is so much fun, and this is exactly what I've been waiting 13 months to
Danelle
do.
Wallen was
I
going to
just
be the
enjoy it.
problem because she's
Down
now
four
cutting,
goals in
trying
the
to
first.
drive out
Now
and
we're
hit
trailing by a little bit
twos.
more. What's the conversation going to be, and what do you need to do in the second half?
Oh, definitely. You know, first game, you've got those nerves. We're really excited. We've got a few new people in our group as well. So, as much as we've had time in the pre-season, nothing is like that first round one game. And for us, it's just about settling those combinations now.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Well, very passionate. Ava Black, we're going to head to the break. We're going to wrap up the first half after the flip side of the break. And after the game, we're going to introduce you to a new pivot.
Oh, look.
The game, if they don't have
It's
quite
a
so much
challenge to
attention
lead.
to them.
Shut up, man. That's what
Even
you
if
did.
it's past
Did you not want to be there?
The West Coast Fever haven't been a big super shot side. You could hear the crowd go crazy when Glasgow came back. They know what she can potentially deliver this season. What about the Sunshine Coast Lightnings? It's
Oh,
taken
Stacey
the
Francis.
Been fairly targeted by
Like you can't read the cards properly.
And then there's the Cara Conan effect. We know that she's going to have to play a new role this year. How have you seen her first half?
She has, and it's a completely different game for her. Not only
Few of their defensive positions, they do have Karen Berger, who's brand.
But GoDaddy Aero uses AI not only to
Go to El Nero.
They're getting plenty of ball, but it's just about punishing them when they do get that ball and get that turnover.
That
And I don't
means
know
they
about you
don't
guys.
like
I've been
it.
inside both of these change rooms many times. I'm more than happy to stand outside the change rooms from now on.
You look very good there, Caitlin Bassett. All right, we're going to head to the break. When we come back, two sides.
Sue Boyd
with
is
a
a
win
good
on the line in the
announcer.
opening round. Can the Fever hold on? Or do the Sunshine Coast Lightning find a way? Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
They stuck with the Suns. Out of sport.
Brush it down. It's got one little strand.
Sport.
And now Wallen was 32.
Well, the 10th season of Suncorp Super Netball is upon us, and the West Coast Fever leading the Lightning here in the final game of round 1, 36-29. Courtney Bruce has been impactful in the first half, but just in moments. This West Coast Fever side that we've known nothing about in terms of their injury-riddled pre-season, but at the moment delivering as they historically have, courtesy of that lady on screen, Sasha Glasgow, who currently leads the net points. And at the start of the game, we spoke about the HCF score for the West Coast Fever. They were the dominant side last year in this category. Let's check in and see what that looks like. So we know they averaged about 200 last year, and they're sitting exactly where they were last year, which
Yeah, but
is
she's still got lots to learn, and you notice it when you put her on.
the amount of changes they've had. For the Lightning, they averaged 191. That's dropped at the moment to 144. So some room to move for the Lightning. Can the Fever maintain that
See,
in the second half?
Scarlett's problem is that she's got to be able to go, right,
Yes, we get the
she's
third
been so
quarter
used to
underway.
being a robot the whole
And
life.
I'll go straight down to Kate
You got to do it
Bassett,
this way,
who
got to
might
do
be
it this
able
way,
to
got to
talk
do it
through
that
some
way.
of the
She's got to
changes
find a
that
way
have
that
been
works
made
for
in
her
the
and be
second
brave enough to
Yeah,
start
so
doing it.
that's right. A couple of different things being thrown around. We see Karen Berger enter the
You know,
ball
because
once again
if
this time.
Courtney Bruce went back to one and started
in that centre position,
got called for all these
Liz Watson staying
contacts,
there
she'd be
from the West
roasted,
Coast
sit
Fever
on the sidelines.
perspective.
But because of all the other stuff that she's done
Alrighty.
beforehand, they allow her to do
It
it.
was a fever. Have won the first two quarters, 17, 13, 19, 16. Lightning, Stace, from your perspective, they need to shift what?
I think for me, it's that discipline, staying in the game, and then being able to execute in critical moments.
But what's the penalty count?
We're up to 19 to fever at the moment, 14 to Lightning, which is quite a substantial gap. They're still also chugging away at their centre pass. It's sitting in and around 60%, which isn't really high enough. So, I mean, it sounds pretty wholesale, but there'll be some tiny changes that they can make.
Courtney Bruce nowhere to go. Neither for Berger, so they're swinging cross court using all the wind here. That'll release the pressure for them. Contact by Ansters. So they find their way to the post. The Lightning didn't look seamless though, did it? About the fever. Nice second phase. Glasgow in the middle, as is Aiken George. Quick offload. Great feed from Gransberg.
But it's a different fight.
Fever return serve.
You're thinking, oh my God, I'm on.
Oh, really great second phase coverage
So,
there.
can't make a
With
mistake.
Conan doing the
Don't want to
work.
go for that, in case.
Eyeballing.
Hey,
Be a penalty. Let's get down
Whereas
there to
she
the
doesn't care if she makes a
West Coast
mistake.
Fever, Dan Ryan.
Laura's
Daniel,
friend,
welcome to the
she'll go
season.
for it.
I don't know how you feel, but gee, in the papers we read it's been tumultuous in the off-season. You're just happy to be here?
Oh, it's so good to be out of that mess and playing some good netball, which is very nice to see. So yeah, really happy with how they've kind of gone in that first 30 minutes, all things considered. And I just think there's another gear in us now that we need to find, and we're not too far off.
Yeah, Dan, speaking of other gears, I know that you're always striving for that success. Games for the game, you've got 6, but you're only executing at 40% to goal at the moment. Did you speak about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit of an inconsistency at the moment that, you know, just reinforcing that if we can really own those moments, we're going to put some great scoreboard pressure on the opposition. So it's a major key in the second half.
Dan, I saw you with the Brains Trust at halftime, Ash Brazel and Shani Layton. What input have they had to this group so far?
Yeah, really good. Just looking at different details in our defensive game as to where we can keep growing, and you know they've got great input and great eyes for the game. So enjoying what they're doing so far.
Appreciate your time, Dan. All the best for the season ahead.
Thanks, guys.
Loves game day, does Dan Ryan. All coaches don't they? That's what they're here for. Ball from Conan into the pocket, and then just no movement from her. So it's almost like, what's my role after I release that ball? I sort of picked that up in the second quarter. That's even growth for her. Is to lead the ship.
I'm very so sorry. And with Fredwell in the past, Fredwell would have already been on that baseline line, so she could have gladly sat and watched. This is a completely different role, like you mentioned, in the halftime show for her. And while she does play ball attack sometimes for 15 minutes, a whole game of ball attack is very different.
They've got to keep her out there. They've got to build the engine of Conan, who of course we know no Gabby Sinclair, the less experienced slider sitting on the bench. That's a great moment though for Lightning. It won't land in their hands though.
That was silly. Just falling into her
A
stupidity.
little underdone the Lightning with that change. Oh, great
ball.
outside arm from Irvin. I love that every day of the
There
week
you
for a defender. Needs the reward now down the court.
Absolutely crazy setup by West Coast Fever there. Sasha Glasgow was covered on the circulated by the midi. Jordan Hansberg was in a different postcode. Oh, but Fever getting the tail with that rebound from Lillian.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does look very fit this year.
Glasgow making sure of the pass, the quick 1-2, the 1-3. What about the 1-4? And it lands. All right, we'll go down to the opposition coach. Welcome to Perth, Melinda Reynolds. How's the off-season been?
Yeah, the off-season's been fine. Obviously, we were missing quite a few of our internationals for quite some time, but it's good to have them all back in the season start to see where exactly you're at.
Belinda, we've been working on a little bit in commentary about the penalties. You guys are sitting on 46 to Fever 21 at the moment. Is it something that you've spoken about? Do you feel like it's limiting the game?
Yeah, absolutely. We spoke about that at halftime, Stace. Just we've got to stay in the game to be able to win ball. We've got ball winners, but you can't do it when you're out of play.
A little bit stagnant in that attacking end. You've got two tall shooters. What's the change up that you can throw in there if you need to later?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we're going to send Cara back. We're unfortunately without Gabby this round, but you know, Nat's legacy in there waiting for an opportunity as well.
Gabby Sinclair.
All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can see Gabby Sinclair Claire was brought in for a purpose, recruited. We know what she's capable of in terms of that super shot period, but also, I guess, just the smarts of her roll out front. So the Lightning will certainly be a different beast when she comes back into the mix. Karen Berger just giving us a glimpse at wing defensive.
But then you've got a 2.3 in the third.
Interview.
She can hit
Five
twos.
this quarter, the Lightning leading. Backwards, Williams will play from Danelle Wallen. They're the 1%ers right up at the line. It's an outside arm, and now it needs the response and the reward from the Lightning.
Stay at home, you big hooer. See?
Very clear instructions there by Georgina Sully-Beals.
Well, that's a good moment for the Lightning. They'll take one, just try and chip away at that scoreline, and before they get a chance to punish, there's the Harvey Norman replay. Dan Ryan has got straight up out of the chair and indicated to one of the players, let's call a HCF tactical timeout. So he does not want the Lightning to have any momentum here whatsoever. Let's get down, 5 the difference, into the Fever huddle.
Swing it open option, alright? So we need to shift our way to the middle of the box until we find our opening. Do not get sucked out wide. Take on the drivers, alright? Get involved in that, really important. Short chip, vision up, speed into the end of it, alright? Really important, alright? Let's go. That third one, go to the ball, we're right in.
Yeah, go to the ball. That's right, kick him in the dick! Kick him in the dick!
Give the ball, let's go.
Personal glimpse in there,
That's
not
fine.
just of
That's fine, he's loaded.
The new assistant coach of the West Coast Fever, a few new coaches in this season.
She's bloody true blue, that one.
That's the one joke of you've made of the thing.
The Lightning get their last words from Belinda Reynolds, who goes straight to Caitlin Bassett on that.
I don't know, it was pretty funny when you called me the other day.
On the Lightning. Sorry, Caitlin, I called you too quickly.
No,
On tomorrow.
absolutely fine. I don't know how you do it, Gordy. And look, the talk was all about defensively using that ball in the air. We know how dangerous Courtney Bruce can be, and also Karen Berger. But look at Irving. She's beautiful, tall. She has great elevation. Let's see that ball into the
It does.
Like what he is.
The movement, Conan, the 1-2.
Man, I'm not as bad as Juno and Keegan.
Williams,
But
like there.
I just chucked my shoe at them.
Contact, quick
Oh
offload.
no!
Mate, they used to make him put his undies over his shoulders, remember?
Really held up and
Here's the
disjointed.
video. He was a little kid.
Yeah.
I think as a Lightning fan, it's incredibly
Here's the
exciting.
video of that.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Someone do that to the
The way they're building new combinations.
No.
to Dean and to Kerry.
No. No one.
Space opening up.
It's just assholes all on their own.
What do you mean?
Even on the back
Like
side.
normally, like you know, when you
Nah, Peter and Steven used to do this to us.
No, they didn't.
They used to pick us up by our fucking faces.
They did. Shooter in the lead, no less.
What do you mean?
So scoreline. Sitting around that 4-5 goals it is. Oh, then away with backwards ball. Karen Berger pointing over at Courtney Bruce saying, where were you?
Yeah, she was screening for her, but that wasn't necessarily the space to throw the ball into in that moment.
I want to go to the gas station.
And then just quickly from Jordan Cransburg. So her vision into the circle has got better as this game's
You
gone.
want to go to the gas station because that's
Glasgow.
more exciting.
Yeah, riding around.
Miss under the ring from Ramel Raiken George. She's sitting at 30 from
Oh,
37.
there you can go.
There's only been one moment where the offensive rebound hasn't gone her way as the Lightning just
What do you
playing
go down
here
there for?
defensively with the Fever's minds.
I'm not giving you any money.
Yeah, Fever having some direct conversations in that
Pardon?
circle there.
Okay.
Sasha Glasgow reminding Aiken George of why she's in that circle.
Well, the Green Army have to get something used to something different. This is a little historical Aiken George. It does tend to miss a couple under the ring. Number one offensive rebounder in the league historically.
I'm leaving it out.
They are used to a Fallon Emmart who doesn't miss, but I guess for them, as long as she gets the rebound, they're happy.
Absolutely, and what she is doing, Ash Irving is in everything. She's not switched off at all and using those lovely long limbs to really cause the Fever a pain in the bum.
Yep, doing a terrific job, Irvin, just starting to move up in the net points. And the Fever just looking a little slower pace, don't they? Cleverly there by Glasgow, though. A shooter to shooter. Good defensive pressure.
Oh.
So Aiken George having a moment. Steadies and gets there in the end. Goal number 30.
I actually think she's a better winner than
Yeah, just that bit of mental load, I think, being carried by her, because she's doing absolutely everything to bring a perfect physical presence for her team. Confidence in her is high.
Quick attack by the Lightning, though. Gives them the energy
She's
here.
been playing longer too,
Go
right?
Yeah,
defensively,
100%.
unless
I think she's better.
That is Jordan Kranzberg rocks
Like,
back up.
Tennille Fowler doesn't miss when she shoots, but she gets all the rebounds.
She's the height of the freaking hoop, that's why.
So end to
So
end,
is they.
a bit of speed and fire. Great release from Lizzie Watson on the circle edge, finding Danelle Wallam. So all of a sudden, the energy
See,
the
Wardy
gears have
reckons
just
that she
gone up a
made
level.
her.
We're just shy of the power 5. There's the Harvey Norman replay. Look at Kranzberg.
Okay.
Might just catch it well. She does rock back in that moment. Yeah, Ryan likes it.
Oh, beautiful swing. We really haven't seen much of that today. Both mid-court teams really setting quite wide and throwing those swings across, which are usually quite dangerous.
Power 5 in play. 7 the difference now. Playing around the 4-goal mark, and then Fever keep pushing that scoreline back out.
Is she allowed to do this?
Pressure from Anstis. Forced backwards to Bruce, almost. The whistle from the umpire.
Yeah, Liz
Yeah.
Watson, the
What's
queen
she
of
do?
composure though. She didn't have
She
a
had the
to
ball
go to,
and
but
the
it's
player
really
was in
making
front of
the
her
most
and
of
she
the time
pushed
as
the
well.
player with her
That was
elbow.
clever
She
by
had the ball
Dehaney.
in.
She saw that
Pushed
they
her
could
out
have
of the
gone and
way.
coded on the super shot. She chose to come out and hit
Have I
Police
told
Bomb
you
on the
now?
rig. It will
Oh,
take
it's
one
not
over
rigged,
two.
man.
Why didn't they call it?
Mate, why haven't they called the Fever for half the stuff they should have called them for? Learn the rules, and then you can say it's whether it's rigged or not.
Oh, too slow!
So clear line was Anstis.
Yeah, I think the Lightning were doing a really great job defensively. Nice is sitting off and leaving that space. That does also leave that indecision from the Fever side.
More super shots to the Fever. And just the one you can see on the ticket down the bottom there to the Lightning. 7 the difference. So another HCF tactical time call out. Gee, you love this tactical approach from the coaches. When to call it. Linda Reynolds. What she got to say in this moment. Well, how's this news for the Sunshine Coast Lightning? A debutante steps onto the court. She's got all smiles on her face. We're going to show you the goal attack pick for the Lightning in just a moment. And that is none other than Natalie Slider. That's Karen Berger. She'd love to play goal attack, I can tell you. But what a moment. So called in the absence of Gabby Sinclair.
She doesn't play
And
goal attack, does she?
captained by Coach Belinda Rebels right in this moment.
Karen
Thoughts,
Berger.
Stace?
Yeah, I mean, no small task to come into the game 7 goals behind against
That's
the
not
Nicola
Karen
Roses captain, but
No.
incredible confidence from the
They said
Lightning.
she'd love
Big
to play it.
rebound moment. It's
Nice,
with the Fever.
friend.
So following the ownership of taking the super shot for the Fever, they've been terrific on the rebounds, haven't they? Jess Anstis, just a workhorse through court as captain. There she is
Come
again.
on.
Glasgow.
Okay.
Oh, Romelda Aiken-George was skipping and screaming. Look at me, look at me.
Heaven forbid she's not used when she comes out of that circle.
So they'll choose to take the single. It was a big rebound moment from Fran Williams. And they will chip along at this scoreboard, pressure the West Coast Fever. It is now for the Lightning's defence to step up. Aiken-George just releasing, isn't she? Glasgow, Kranzberg, Teague Neal covered by Berger, but the
Seeing
vision
that overcommit.
over the mess. And the Fever.
Brilliant execution by Kranzberg in that moment. Noticing that both defenders.
But you've got to go to what's your face because she hits twos.
Sliger just caught out over the line at the same time as Liz Watson. The disconnect there. Instruction from Kranzberg. There's Sliger first move. Lovely release. And it's her first hand ball. Sister Amy Sliger that plays for the Giants. They look similar for
I can teach her, you can try and teach her, but she won't do the work at least.
Couple of twins in the league, the Brandsburg sisters.
And you know, there are times when she puts her hands up on the defense.
Definitely not playing in that
She
same
put her hands up and the players over there.
So
Like,
the ball has been given to Fever.
Tracy told me that.
what?
To advance down court, put Fever back into a commanding position.
And the West Coast Fever pointing to Romelda Aiken George. Keep your tally ticking along. Goal
Oh, look, see, that's Kobe. Catching the fish.
Oh,
Catching the boat.
that is Teague Neal. That is exactly why
He does the sorbet.
your attackers need to be on the contact as Jeff Dances wraps up another hitting the floor star.
Has blocked the floorboards about 5 times this game. Teague Neal,
He loves
defensive,
it.
been very good in season 25 for her. Can she be offered the return here from Sasha Glasgow? It's big and bounces
This
out.
looks like he
Aiken
catches the same one.
George stretches
Yeah.
with the fingers and delivers the one for the Fever. The crowd will love that moment.
Yeah, Fever managing to break open that game just in this last minute here. It was goal for goal, but leading 15-12 in this third quarter.
Well, Aiken George is just as free as a bird. And you can't let someone like that, who is so smart, have that much space.
It feels like a bit of a catch-22 for me. The gap for the game, as we see.
Isn't that great? Janelle Fowler and Emma smiling. Lovely offload there from Courtney Bruce. But she'll be so thrilled to see Romelda Aiken George, one of her best mates outside of the game and Jamaican teammate, doing so well in her return game.
Absolutely. And Romelda Aiken George really set a precedent for internationals coming over and playing this league, particularly for Jamaicans as well. So her work continues.
Sasha Glasgow rocks that.
Shot!
Through the middle. Shot, super shot. Number 5 for
It's just so
Glasgow.
funny how when she didn't play
Well, plenty spoke about who's the best recruit in the off-season for the West Coast Fever. Glasgow looking good. Danelle Bullen now to return serve. Huge from her as well. Well, in the absence of Conan on the court and the youngster in Sliger, Wallen stepping up when she needs to.
Yeah, incredible leadership in that moment. The crowd giving Jess Nancy the hint as to where that ball needed to go.
Well, they won't get there in time. They had the smarts though to go long. So a 10-goal ball game on our hands. The Fever extending their lead by 3. They've won every quarter. It is not even to capitalise on this. Sasha Glasgow looking very ginger there as she goes off the court. Of course, we know the injury she had in the 2 years over, and she's indicating, oh no, that might be an ankle that she needs re-strap. We'll get Caitlin Bassett over that in the break. We'll come back. Let's go to a break. We'll come back and talk that in just a moment. The Fever by 10 here at RAC Arena.
Open women's has 9. Everyone's good. We've just got those couple to.
So, out of my team, I've just got Cassidy.
As an owner of Walton Goggins goggle glasses, I know how to make slick-looking goggle/glasses, but I have no idea.
Heading into the final quarter here at RAC Arena, where the West Coast Fever have taken a commanding 10-goal lead over the Sunshine Coast Lightning. Now, a little bit of concern there as that final whistle went for that last quarter with Sasha Glasgow hobbling off with an ankle injury. She got heavily strapped in that little break there, and I look forward to see if she can continue on this quarter. I think Dan Ryan's going to back her, but look forward to see if she needs a break in this last turn.
Yeah, there is stinger. You can see on the face that left ankle rotation, so all strapped up. And all eyes on that. The West Coast Fever leading by 10, the final 15 minutes to play out on this opening round. There's Glasgow's stats on the screen. She's been terrific. Net points wise, sitting at 83, just short of Aiken George, sitting at 91 and the highest on the court. And when you look at that Fever front line, Fransberg at 56, Teague at 51, 83, 91. For a connected side historically that's very disconnected in the off-season, this is pretty impressive from their attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And the midcourt really doing a good job to keep that consistent amount of flow to goal. Early on in the game, Lightning did an incredible job of slowing them down, and Dan wasn't happy with the amount of time it was taking them to access goal, but ultimately is getting to goal.
As for the Lightning, Lizzie Watson moved from centre into wing attack. She was sitting at 21 net points now at 74.5. That's what she can do at wing attack.
Absolutely. She's hit a few big milestones already in this game. She's capped over 2,500 centre pass receives, also more than 5,000 for feeds.
Absolutely. Ball in hand. So the final 15, the Lightning with some work to do. Need to be really disciplined on their centre pass conversion. And Danelle Wallen will move that percentage along to start with. Mind the difference. West Coast Fever here. All eyes on Sasha Glasgow's movement. I'll tell you what, if you were the Lightning, you'd have her out taking every centre pass and every
She's too by herself, you reckon?
make her work.
She's too lazy to be here.
She doesn't need to work that vision straight into Aiken
A
George.
goal attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's up for.
Been terrific, Aiken George. Number 295.
The problem is, right, is that with Kaya has to be, she's got to be the focal point. She only knows how to set herself up.
Use of Danelle Wallen, though, changing up.
But she's also
the way
been
they're
taught
feeding
that.
her.
You've got to shoot those goals.
Fever. Fake from Teague. So here's a moment here for the Lightning defensively. They forced it backwards.
Oh, she was gangster on the weekend.
Too strong, though. Teague Neal.
She was gangster on the
Great
weekend.
placement. Aiken George doesn't like it, so they'll go again. Let's go up the middle.
Yeah, it's beautiful fake there though by Glasgow. Had the right idea to go out hunting, but opened up that front space for Aiken George under the post.
So the finish for Aiken George. Out by now. 42 goals. Averaged 38 last year. So West Coast Fever. And there's the offensive contact. You said it might come in the first quarter, Caitlin Bassett. It's taken a while. There in the end, though.
It surely hasn't. You know what? I don't often talk up a goalkeeper, but Katie Ann Dehaney is doing a brilliant job tonight. 5 games, 5 deflections. She's really stepped up and been quite a achiever back there on line.
What is it with you goal shooters as Ash Sherman gets a little finger into that one? Well said, Sue. We'll move on. Aiken George. So there you go. Katie Ann Dehaney having a great game. Really playing around with the moments on the Danelle Wallen rebound. And then the goodness gracious. Season 19. How old are you? You're still doing it. Aiken George. Oh, it's a commentator's dream.
Oh, have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. Vintage Aiken George behaviour there. The crowd off their feet, the bench off their feet.
Well, if ever there was a moment to try and get a camera on Janelle Fowler-Nemart, it was that, wasn't it? Probably wondering what she's been missing in her career.
Sasha Glasgow makes a big difference.
Well, I reckon that's where she needs to be, in front of Aiken George. She's got the height. They want to send that height all over. Aiken George has been very good today in that front position. Mixed it up, hasn't she? Interesting. If you had to call an MVP right at this moment, who would you go for? I know I'm not calling the game over, but just at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent question.
Oh.
I think for me at times it's been Fransberg. While she hasn't quite had such a flashy game, she has been incredibly consistent out there in that centre. What I wanted to see from her this year is just owning that bill. Her vision off the circle and work rate, I think, is going to be critical to success for Fever this year.
Glasgow a little too much on it. The pepper, but who ends up with it? Well, Irvin. I tell you what, she fought hard for the pickup, but there was no one there from the Lightning backing her up. The Fever will.
Mate, Ramona Aiken has absolutely bitch slapped Courtney Bruce for that.
Out to a 12
hasn't she?
lead. 6-4
and she's doing.
They're putting the Lightning under pressure. to the fever. It is a
She's just doing it by walking mode.
They want to
Yes,
continue
she
that
is.
reign.
Look at it.
Yes, if someone stuck a heart rate monitor on Shani Layton in the coach's box right now, it would be through the roof. She's demanding more effort from that West Coast Fever lineup.
Ages ago, Nathan was.
I think Shani's getting fed from the crowd. There's just over
Storytelling
8,000 people here today. 8,007 to be exact. And the roar of the crowd every time something really happens to the people that they're talking about.
He's doing this thing.
Oh yes, beautiful work by Courtney Bruce.
Well,
No,
Aiken
there's-
George
then he's
made
going to
something
embrace,
of
like,
that because the
"Who's taking
footwork
the
in that moment, Ash Irvin was
He goes,
nothing
I don't
short of
know. We all
sensational.
know who's taking the shot. It's not
George had
you.
to pluck that ball. And then she finishes with another. So sitting now, look at this moment. So have a look at the footwork. Doesn't get any better than that. 47 goals for Aiken George.
My brother
Good
drank
strong
all the
hold
show.
there by while switching up the
It was
position
so
and
funny.
playing that game of cat and mouse with Dehaney in
He
the
was doing a
circle.
stretch and so the.
I apologise.
bottle
Average
was on his
41
tray like
last
that,
year,
and
so
he was doing his stretch,
she's
he was
increased that so
going,
far
"Put
in
your
this
hand near
game.
it, mate."
The Lightning here need to find a way to stadium
Looks like
play and
sometimes-
accumulate some pressure.
But I said,
Well,
"What's
that's
the
not
water?"
going to
So
help
I
things,
went
is
round,
it?
I said,
Playing into the
"Nothing,
hands of
mate."
the West Coast
Just
Fever.
drink any. I filled it right up and he drank the whole cup. So he's
Yeah, I was going to say for me,
actually
Team
ate
Mill is
Brazil
starting to come into the game
today and
much
drank.
more than we've seen her in that first
And
start. I
Mum's
don't
told
know
me
that this is
pretty
the
much
best defensive
I don't
lineup,
wanna go
whilst
back
it is
to
their
that
best
house
defenders on
because
court.
you know
Well,
that
this is
those
Karen
girls
Berger's
are
first
looking after you.
invitation as a bit of a missed ball and the hands go to the face for Aiken George. Karen Berger. So we're getting a first look at the Kiwis in the league. We're going to talk about that more when we head to pivot, which will be straight after the game. So don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap up the entire round. And Karen Berger, one of 8 Kiwis, and really actually 9 because we forget about
Yes.
Gina Crampton. That's at number 9.
Oh yes, beautiful contest, but really
Lucky
smart there by
Dehaney.
Conan. Kagan Dehaney barely making it back onto court.
So Karen Berger has gone straight to the umpire for an injury timeout or a tactical timeout. She's indicated a tactical timeout. So this is really interesting. Just at the side of court, this was supposed to be an injury timeout. Karen Berger has indicated to the umpire a tactical timeout, not an injury timeout, but got the wrong signal.
Yeah, she did. She's got a bit of a whoopsie look
Yeah,
on
look
her
at it.
face.
Look, so the umpire did exactly the right thing here. Had to call a HCF tactical timeout. A little earlier than Belinda Reynolds would have wanted, so they're going to roll with it here. Let's go in and have a listen.
Lost connection here as well, okay? We need to be more direct in our attack. So get some depth off our centre pass, and we're going to take the game on, alright? So have a
How do you take the game on? What do you give them in some instruction?
If you get your wings around, they're going to get.
So you've got to get wide, you want to move more movement in the circle.
Get the ball moving on that tempo here, okay? Finding the moments in there, take away their short balls, take away their short balls.
Remember me.
Get your eyes up, Abby, that's really good, okay? And love your turn. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Alrighty, so what will happen out of the back of that is Berger's going to the bench, in theory, injury changeover, but a tactical timeout used for it.
You could be
And
doing
then bring
that.
Ava Black back onto the court.
I don't think it's over the time we get them. They do tend to come out of the breaks very well in today's game.
Bloody
Again,
hell,
the
isn't it?
You
game
need a message who?
close so that
The
when
coach.
5 minutes goes, they're in contention to pull it back.
Who
So 9
manages all of
minutes
it?
left on the clock.
He doesn't
And
manage
this is
all
the
of it.
moment that the Lightning need to
Steve
shift.
He does
He
not.
does not, he has nothing to do with the tickets.
Getting forced across court here. That's a better ball from
What are you
Bruce
talking
down the
about?
line. And again
Yeah.
to Lizzie Watson.
Yeah.
You could be down there in the dance crew.
Offload.
You could.
Centre meets a perfect.
When you've got a
The great
message
words
from
of
coach and
Dennis
he's got
Cometti,
friends,
may he rest in
funny
peace, say one of the
What,
greatest
what,
commentators this
what's
country's
it
ever
got
seen.
to do with me messaging the coach?
Well, I can't.
What do you think he's going to do?
He had nothing to do with the dancers.
Anyway.
He's not the president of the Fever, mate. He's just the bloody coach.
Lightning with their nose in front. Aiken George, again, just the strength. You cannot underestimate that.
And also the physical load that takes to be able to
Anyway, I have to do that. You
yes,
laugh at me
out
anyway.
every week against every game.
Exactly. So I'm not doing
Great
it.
second phase drive from Conan. Lovely high release too. Put that on replay. I love that
Never
moment.
crumbled.
So use
Romelda
the
Aiken.
speed, put the burners on for the second phase, and then the right choice of pass to find Wallen. There you go, look at that. Love it. Every young netballer out there, that's called a lob. Very rarely used in the game with perfection.
And this is a pivot.
So it's a bit of a blow for blow moment. The Fever just patiently making sure that they do the simple things well to give the Lightning a sniff here. Cassidy. Take from Wallen. Wallen probably with her volume on at 42. 48% accuracy.
Right, lazy bitch.
No, I think the problem for the game, for
She
Lightning
is.
as the game has progressed, is their ability to get.
I like Jamaica.
Someone that
Yeah,
can
good
just
strong
come up
take
with
from Brad,
great
but nothing in it from Ava Black.
No, as
I
we
know,
see her
yeah,
have
yeah.
a crack at that ball.
That's what they
exactly
found
what they need.
I actually get a line.
You can see the decision maker. They're just a little bit behind Norman replay.
Jay does the same thing as Fowler.
Clever shooter to shoot it.
stands
Presco
under the
then
hoop and
just
gets the ball.
reaching for the ankle.
Like I like Jamaica. I think she's class, right? She's an awesome girl.
That ankle is starting to worry
But
her a
yeah,
little
she's
bit.
lazy as.
Interestingly, that was the other
Oh,
action.
Mecca's he's the one that tells
Taking note of your left and
she's
right.
lazy on it. If she had put an effort, she would
Coach
be
can.
playing for the Diamonds, but oh no,
Yeah, right.
she's too bloody lazy.
I know with 6 minutes on the clock, anything is possible.
So true.
She gets
Rather
sick
Round
stay in
one,
bed.
anything is possible.
and rage at the TV.
New lineup for the West Coast Fever. The 7. Will they see out the
But I
60
must
minutes
admit,
for the
we've got a
Fever?
lot
The
of
Lightning have been
work.
Oh,
forced to
well,
make
it really will.
And she
Let's
also
go.
rages in Fortnite.
First
It's so
game back
funny.
for the Fever.
Mate,
Under the pressure of two
Stormy Kransberger's can't up Liz Watson, have you noticed too? Nah.
And the Lightning
I
still
really
trying to find
like it.
answers against this Fever attack.
No, I'm not scratching.
I never really.
Well, the
yeah.
goal assist, but it was in the back in true AFL footy form. The big elbow Stace, you play a little bit of women's AFL.
I do. I've never given away an in the back there.
High left foot. Oh, Wallen. Yeah, she's getting frustrated to now, Wallen, isn't she?
Yeah, that Fever's the right idea. For me, it was in the air for a tiny bit too long, which is where then Wallen was trying to
think the
hold her
video's on
space
here.
and cause
Of
the
me
push.
running down the side of pretending to be like.
With delay here, the Fever patiently working through their attacking system. Glasgow sneaks in.
Where'd you
Too
get
strong in
that
that
from?
front position. Aiken
Oh,
George
I don't know, babe.
steps around, and then that little shaky moment
Yeah,
in the
not
third
the face
quarter
last time.
looks like a thing of the past, doesn't it? She's gone half a century and clocked in 51. A little slap of the legs.
In my yellow.
Potentially just speaking to them and saying, yes, you are back playing netball for a full 60 minutes. Hang in there.
Yeah, you see Fever with a textbook centre pass to goal out there.
Yeah, look at that. That's the banging of the legs. A little look to the bench or
It'll be on
how
Toby's phone.
climbing players. So the Lightning have got to pull the
Toby's
trigger
phone,
here.
the code and hurry up.
Wallen knows it. Needs to spark the light for the Lightning. It does exactly that. Well, that's what they need.
shit.
Wallen let Conan be the decoy. This lady can shoot.
Good.
Suncorp Super Shot number 3 for her.
Oh, no. I've got no
Look at that,
picture in
Glasgow,
the-
5, Wallen 3. They're the go-tos. Here's a moment for the Lightning.
No.
Wayward ball for the
What are you,
Fever.
what are you taking?
Has
What are you
not
going to
been
do?
many.
I'm going to put something up, but then we're just going to hang out.
What?
Bruce uses her strength in front position.
Pardon?
Quick, long release and again to Conan. Wallen. Oh, Jess Anstis, what a contest.
Who's your phone,
That
Mum?
was brilliant work.
Yes.
Had that
In front of
presence
mine.
mind to get her.
Yeah.
She looked at the umpire as if to say, you're not going to call me for contact. It wasn't, it was simply
Take Mum's
offside.
No.
That'd be a great
Why can't you take
vision
Mum's
in
go?
replay, wouldn't it be? Conan now, 68% in the pre-season. Well, there you go. 2 super shots in a row. Her first for the game. Look at the Harvey Norman replay.
Yeah, she's been nowhere.
Well, they've silenced the crowd here at RAC Arena. A 15-13 quarter the way of the Lightning. Still the Fever in a dominant position, and Dan Ryan calls the HCF tactical timeout to remove the perceived pressure.
Right, so delay. Let's rush down on the centre pass and see if we can hold Cara up. Right, front position first into the zone. Dig over the shot and take away supply. Take away supply.
See, at least when he's coaching, he's got clear instructions on what they have to do.
So they can't swing it over the top. They're looking right outside.
She's got more of a memory loss than he is. They should swap places.
Got a big dick than him too.
Same setting. Everyone on the same page. Discipline, scoreboard, pressure, attack with unbelievable work rate to secure. Incredible hustle in defense to put our opponents under his pressure. Let's go.
Incredible passion and fire there from Dan Ryan, demanding everything from his team going into this last 3 minutes 48. Work rate, work rate, work rate.
What, trouble water?
All right, here we go. Buckle in, folks. The Lightning, the last two Suncorp super shots to them. One off the hand of Wallen, one off the hand of Conan. And the security guard's just being asked to move off the court. He wants a big umpire. So, how does this unfold? 8 goals the difference, nothing in it, 3:48 on the clock. The Lightning, nothing to lose, they can play with freedom here. Watson to Conan, Wallen, backspace, will look to go
Another
for the
push.
2 here. Sets up. How big would this moment be? Be a throw in, they'll go again.
Yeah, I've not found this video.
Yeah, an adjustment needed here by Dehaney in this moment. Wallen is not going to be interested in those 1 point shots.
Come on, Dehaney.
Straight out, gets a second look at
Oh!
they're up off the bench. The Sunshine Coast Lightning 6 the difference. How much pressure on this set of pass for the West Coast Fever? Irvin out looking. Brandsburg under pressure from Bruce. Obstruction call. Let's go. Presence of mind to go. Scoreboard needs to be tipped over for the Fever. There'll be no hurry.
See, she never chases her own ball.
They'll slot in a 1, and then they'll put the pressure back on the
How'd you
Lightning.
get to that?
7 the difference. 2:42. Dehaney thought about it.
Oh, DeWallen lining herself up for a free shot, but not able to see this one.
Rebound. Wallen again. Another look at it. Can't land. Conan. Well, they know they've got to go for a 2 here, and good on Danelle Wallen. Dehaney just sitting in behind, about to be punished. Conan the rebound, and she goes. Fever caught napping. Oh, this is huge, this moment from Cara Conan.
Oh my gosh, they're still working at it though.
Give it.
Fever letting ball land in that super shot over and over. Not
Fred
Come on,
Williams
they're
with a penalty.
rebounding.
Sorry to cut you off. The pressure's released. This has got to go for the Lightning. Oh, and again they've had 6 looks at it.
Oh, Dehaney.
It is milking up the clock for the West Coast Fever though. Conan.
Come on.
Number 7. And it eventually drops. Well, the scoreline now really starting to pressurise the West Coast Fever. 5 the difference.
Ooh, that was close.
good first ball contest there by Ava Black. Unfortunately, not coming out with that one.
90 seconds on the clock. Fran Williams slowly moves into the penalty position. The Lightning have to hunt ball. Oh, and they know it. And they such a good, it's an exact same moment as they played in the grand final. Fever pausing, holding up.
Come on,
be direct, mate. You can't muck around.
Go. A minute. They can still do it from here. It might seem impossible if Conan drops this one. No, Wallen with the rebound. 5 the difference.
That's it.
She'll go for the 2. Has to. Williams to respond. Not quick enough. Wallen again. Score. They can win this game. The Fever, they've absolutely lost the plot, the West Coast Fever. Until that moment.
Oh, great take there by Jordan Kransberg. Very unlucky contact call on Mahalia Cassidy.
Oh, they've had to weather a storm.
Hold it up.
Desperation from
Kale is fishing himself.
And oh my God, 20 seconds on the clock and the finger bus has gone up. I tell you what, the Lightning, they have given everybody a fright. 10 seconds, the West Coast Fever playing ball.
Oh, and I think we know exactly what the West Coast Fever are going to be practicing at training this week.
Well, with a memory bank. And after a tumultuous pre-season for the West Coast Fever, they give way to the arena.
Was.
Victory to the Fever.
People need to try it more often.
Well, what an extraordinary last quarter from the Lightning. I'll tell you how big it was.
Like a lot of people aren't a fan of the 2-point shot, but if you don't have that 2-point shot, it makes the game boring.
Super shot.
The game was actually quite boring.
But you know what? The Fever did all they needed to do in the first 3 quarters. Stacey Crane.
Like there's nothing worse than watching just a man-on-man slugfest and stand aside. Right, like I prefer watching New Zealand style where there's zones and then yeah.
Well, the Lightning.
And goes. I don't know what Nathan was
There is a
thinking.
lot of work for them still to do. What about Dan Ryan?
Scarlett, I don't know at the bar. And he goes, oh nah, you're alright. Like,
If you go back to the first round of season 25 with no Janelle Bell and Emma, the Fever, they lost. Not got Bell and Emma, but they do have Romelda Aiken. And she was terrific today, wasn't she? 54 from 63.
No, she has all those sports and commitments that
too
makes
busy,
you leave
yeah.
him alone.
Down to the court.
but he would have liked to have a netballer that could
And
kick
she
it
is with our
last.
player of the match.
That's right. I've got Sasha Glasgow here. Congratulations on
Player of the match.
Honestly, I think it just shows you that with the super shot, you just can't relax in any moment. You got to keep fighting till the end.
Tell us about the super shot. You now had 5 of your own. Was that part of the plan or just when circumstance arrived?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for us, we want to be aggressive. It's probably a part of our game that we've been working on in the preseason, and for me, it's probably one of my favourite times. So when we're at guys replacing that turnover on deep point, for us to be able to get it into a real score the one, it's just for us to be a little bit more aggressive in that
Open
space.
up and see
What's it
what
been
damage
like coming
he's
back to
done
West
out
Coast
there.
Fever? Different personnel since
You
you were
gotta
here
train them
last
to
time.
do something like a routine for when you guys come home.
But I'm definitely a
Because then
product
they
of my
wait for it.
environment. I love the West. I love
And get them
Denver,
into
love the
go
girls.
to
I
take them
just
to a
love
public
so for me,
school.
I'm feeling back to myself, and I'm just happy to be here.
Can we talk about your partner in crime?
Because the
Romelda
public school would be
Aiken-George?
good for him
She
too.
whipped out the layout tonight. She actually broke her own
Because
record.
it will
for how many
actually
goals she
teach
shot
you
in the
that
game. How incredible
most of
is
the
it
stuff
working
you're
with her?
doing
What
is
have you
really
been learning?
bad.
Genuinely, I said to her, just adding another
he's
icon
so
to my
mean
belt.
to
I
him.
think like getting
He's
to
really
play with her
mean
is such
to
an
him.
honor.
Why are you
Obviously,
mean to
I've
the
liked her
dog,
growing
Kale?
up, and just being able to absorb
Kale.
everything that she's telling me. I feel like
He's a
she's
strict
so
parent.
knowledgeable, just like everything that she's giving me. I
I think,
feel
you know,
more
if I
confidence in my game. And
made you
yeah, I
cry
love
every
being
time
able
you
to
did
put
something
up
wrong,
her space
you'd
and
be
a pass
howling all day
and
long.
get it all the way
Which most of the time you do.
We talked about how many
Oh,
hours
sorry.
you had.
Even
and
though I
so
don't cry in
training
front of
partners
you.
Coming in to replace players. How
Oh,
disruptive has that been in pre-season?
really?
Yeah, it's obviously
I don't cry in the bushes by myself.
news for Jay, and we're really excited.
What if
don't
I
know
did?
anyone can see her, but she's
No?
definitely about to
Beat
pop.
having to put up with
It's
you.
some really unfortunate and sad news with a few girls.
See, hey, this is why no one wants to hang out with you because you look like you're a dick.
Stronger as a group, and never take for granted the moment and getting to step on the court, because we're obviously wearing the dress
Yeah.
right now.
Smart.
But there's
Yeah.
so many of those girls that
Like
want to
a
be wearing
baboon.
the dress as well, so we've got to do them proud
You're
when we're in
freaking
our